All right. Welcome back to another episode of 3 View, where we watch the first 3 episodes of any given show. Basically, check them out, see how they hold up, if they're older shows or if they're newer shows, see if they're worth watching. And honestly, there's certain older shows that I haven't even watched that I'm like, maybe I don't want to watch it. We got Kevin and we got Dwayne and myself tonight. I am drawing a blank. It's been a minute since we've done this.
You open it however you feel like doing it.
I want to have a pattern though, Dwayne. Gotta be consistent.
I feel like you're sticking to the pattern, honestly.
Patterns are how you get caught, Ryan.
Yeah.
You gotta be random and chaotic.
But I'm slightly autistic, so I need patterns to stay sane. Anyway, so basically rundown of the show is watch the first 3 episodes, see if they're held up. We don't do series reviews down the road maybe, but as I've said in other videos, not yet. Just because, God, we don't have the time for that shit. Be nice. Just get paid, livable wage watching whole anime series. Dream right there. Dream. God, could you imagine if I became a voice actor and I was narcissistic and watching my own anime? Like, yeah, I'm like a great voice actor. Just saying. Everyone else is kind of meh.
That's pretty far along.
So today's episode is on... When did that anime come out? I have my notes right here. I actually typed my notes, Dwayne. I can read them.
That's good. It'll make things easier for you.
I am learning. Today's episode is on Space Patrol Luluco.
A great show.
It is
fucking ridiculous.
It is something. I will give it that.
Amazing.
I was not expecting the length of the episodes, honestly. I actually, you probably remember, I was like, should we like watch 3 episodes worth or just 3 episodes? Nah, we'll just watch the 3 episodes.
Because
it's
honestly,
so
if we
weird.
were going to do a full series review, this would be one.
That would have been it. Yeah, this would have been the one to do a full series review. I mean,
don't worry, I got a wholesome one we can do for our first one.
What happened, Kevin?
I have a genuine question. Is this possibly the shortest anime you guys have personally seen?
No.
Are you serious? You've seen shorter?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
I can't remember what it was, but there was one where it was like literally like 2 or 3 minutes long an episode.
So these types of shows,
that's insane.
So the episode lengths for Space Patrol Luluco, for those that don't know, are only about like 8 minute long episodes. These are little, I'm not sure what the technical term is, but you guys remember back in the 90s when Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, Disney were vying for airtime attention. They would make a whole bunch of bumpers to keep you watching instead of just showing endless commercials.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
These are basically the same thing in between broadcastings. So let's say Wednesday night Bleach is on at 8:30 and then Naruto comes on at 9. You would get something like Space Patrol Luluco in the middle of that instead of like 8 other ads.
Huh. It's too bad I stopped watching Toonami around that time. It might have been on there.
I don't think they ever did those here in the States. This is more of a Japan thing.
Could you imagine? That would have been such a better use of commercial space.
Yeah, but then the ads won't get their money, right?
I don't give a shit about the fucking ads. I think, how long were episodes of Tawawa on Monday, Dwayne? I think that might have been the shortest one.
I think those are 6 minutes.
Was it 6 minutes?
I think so.
I swear there was one that I watched that was shorter than that. Anyway, Space Patrol Luluco is made by infamous, however you want to look at it, Studio Trigger. They have
great studio.
They have a number of good and a number of not so great, in my opinion, works. I know I'll probably get lit up for that comment later, but that's fine. This anime in particular was actually what's the word I want to use? Push is the wrong term, but that's the best I could come up with. Hiroyuki Imaishi. He worked as an animator on Neon Genesis, actually.
I believe it.
And directed for anime such as Gurren Lagann and Panty and Stocking, which, by the way, is getting a new season or a reboot. What's that about, Dwayne?
So, the people that made and founded Trigger were a lot of ex-Gainax employees. When they made Panty and Stocking, and when they made Gurren Lagann, and when they made... There was one other one. They were still under Gainax. So Gainax technically owned those properties still. Trigger recently came into a large sum of money thanks to a little indie project that they were contracted to work on called Cyberpunk Edge Runners. And said, you know what, fuck it, we're going to buy our IPs back. And now they own the legal rights to Panty and Stocking and Gurren Lagann again. And the news that came out this past weekend from Anime Expo was Panty and Stocking is getting a new anime. They haven't confirmed if it's going to be a season 2 or some weird season 1 reboot, but new anime is coming, as well as a couple new products. I know they unveiled 2 pop-up parades, one of Panty and one of Stocking. And then they're going to re-release the Gurren Lagann movies on a new Blu-ray set, 4K, and I think they're going to do special theater showings of some of them too.
Movies, plural?
There's, I think, 2 or 3.
What the fuck?
One of them, I think, is basically a recap of the entire first half of the series, and then I think the other 2, the one of them is original content. I don't remember what they used in it because I never actually watched it, but one of them is for sure original content.
Huh? Never knew that.
Holy shit.
Anyway, continuing on. The anime was produced by Yoshiki Usa, which he didn't have any kind of link, so I couldn't see what other works he was involved in. It was actually written by Hiroyuki as well. So not only did he direct it and created it, but he wrote the story for it. The anime aired from April, I can speak English, April 1st, 2016 to June 24th of 2016. They also had I'm not sure if it was a tie-in manga or just a manga that, focused on different stories, but the manga ran from April 19th, 2016 to June 18th, 2016. So it had a shorter lifespan than the anime did.
That's weird.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Initial thoughts, I wasn't initially interested in the art style of Space Patrol Luluco when I first saw it. But I also just passed on watching it because it was 2016. I was honestly away on fires all the goddamn time. I slacked on a lot of anime that year. And I just never...
You slacked on shows by living a regular, strong, normal life for a while.
I don't know if I would consider those fires.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
A normal life. You guys sounded like you were in hell when you were on them.
Oh, it was absolute.
We got out there. It was sunny. It was always an issue. There was never no true moment to yourself.
You had no privacy.
Yeah, man.
No privacy at
all. That was the time for sure. Jesus.
Yeah. God, that was fire season. I think that was right before or during when part 4 of JoJo came out, because we were watching part 3 on whenever we could on Fires, which was difficult because cell service was ass. But anyway, anyone have any initial thoughts before we go into the first episode?
I rewatched through every single one of these episodes for the third time during this, and it is an amazing show, and I will get to that when my time comes.
Kevin, you haven't watched it before either, right? What are your initial thoughts before we get into the breakdown?
Well, I really Jesus, the only thing I know about this show was the titular character herself, Luluco. And the only reason I know about her at all is because of just that gif of her eating breakfast.
Oh,
oh yeah. That is the most famous gif, and it comes from episode 1.
That's all I know about that show. I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. Like, that's funny. just hanging back, looking very upset while eating breakfast.
All right, so
I know what that scene's about. It's just way funnier.
Yeah. Now that you know what it's about, it's just.
See, that's why I find it kind of striking when you said you didn't initially you were initially like down for it at the time, because of the art style. I was like, oh, that's weird. That's like that's like the thing I immediately recognized and enjoyed about it.
I mean, I knew it was from the GIF, but it was just personally the art style wasn't my taste. Like just like how I haven't watched Panty and Stockings because I'm not a terrible fan of the art style.
Oh, Panty and Stockings a whole different beast, though. That'll be a different conversation.
I understand that. I'm just the art. It's got a very similar art style, and that's why.
That's exactly how I feel. I'm into it because I also like but for the opposite reason. I recognize that, but I like the whole Powerpuff Girl Lauren Faust level art style. It's fucking cool. I love how well implemented it is.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's bad at all. It just wasn't for me at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I was in my edgy phase during the 2016s. Technically, I never left your
shadow phase.
Technically, I never left the edgy phase since 2008. But that's how it works. But it's okay. It's not, every now and then I get my little cutesy anime like Gundam Witch from Mercury. I love that fucking anime. That's back on the fucking rotation this month because it is my birthday month, and I am going to try and get us to fucking watch that show.
I was gonna say, do you even want to do the rotation?
Yeah. I don't want to do a rotation. I just want to put Gundam Witch from Mercury on there, but I need to be fair.
I mean, it's your birthday month. Who cares?
I care. Now, if we don't get...
You realize we're both in agreement that we're cool with it being Witch from Mercury, right?
Yeah,
like, we both also like that show.
I just want more people to watch it, is all. It's a good show.
Give me a second, guys. I'll be right back.
Alright. Go on a quick pause. Until he gets back, I'll take that time to sell Gundam Witch from Mercury to people, hopefully. Yeah, no. Absolute fucking banger of a Gundam series, man. Like, it's... A lot of people online, they were complaining because they were like, oh, it's not my Gundam because there isn't constant depression and, child soldiers and angry pointless wars. They're going to Gundam school. Okay, cool. I want to go to Gundam school. Where the fuck do I sign up? Put that down. And then it goes back to the whole thing of like G Gundam. We talked about that when we did the G Gundam episode. Is that was the very first Gundam series that was, basically a lighthearted, I air quote lighthearted, but comparatively, a lighthearted Gundam series. And initially people were put off by it, but now you ask anyone who's watched it, and 9 times out of 10 you'll hear people like, oh yeah, it was one of the best ones I ever watched. You know, like you ask any Gundam fan about G Gundam, and they'll probably quote Burning Finger or some bullshit. You know. Granted, this anime also traumatizes you with the fucking birthday song, but that's neither here nor there right now. And you stupid little dog. Yeah, no. Witch for Mercury, great fucking anime. I am still sad that it ended. No, stop doing that. Did you ever watch? I mean, we can break it down later, but did you ever watch more than the 2 episodes, Kevin?
No, I didn't. It's really good though. It's a very refreshing. It's great that it sticks to the same continuity of like fuck the higher ups, protect your family, all that good stuff. But I like that the twist is I would say maybe is it the first or the second youngest generation to be involved in a Gundam war?
Oh, it is neither.
Are you serious? They've been younger?
Most characters in Gundam, like most main protagonists, are technically in their teens. Suletta is 17 at the start of the show. So she's not the oldest protagonist, but she is roughly in the middle. So yeah. definitely not the youngest. God, you know what? Now that makes me wonder. Pulling up Google. Youngest Gundam protagonist. Boop. Who the fuck? Oh, that's from Gundam Age. So Uin from Gundam Victory is tied with Kyo Asuno from Gundam Age as the youngest protagonists, as they're both 13 years old.
From which one again?
Sorry about that, fellas. I'm back.
No problem. Uso from Gundam Victory and I just had his name. Kyo Asuno from Gundam Age. They're both 13. They are the youngest Gundam protagonists. Actually, the blue-haired kid from Gundam Build is 12, apparently.
Yeah, they're
I don't count the build. I don't count Builder Strike Fighters. They don't actually fight no more.
They don't. No, that's all literal model kids coming to life with special space magic.
Amuro,
and you know. That's my favorite, but like it's not. I don't.
Oh yeah, no, it was amazing. They need to do more of that.
Amuro and Hiro, Hiro being from Gundam Wing, are 15 at the time of their animes.
Because don't you know your what is it? Your potential of being a hero peaks in youth.
Yeah. No, we're on this conversation, Dwayne, because we were talking about I was being a walking billboard for Gundam Witch for Mercury, and he asked me, he's like, "Oh, she's the youngest, right?" I'm like, "No, no,
so
she is not."
Watching Gundam Witch Mercury next, got it?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, yeah, Gundam. I would do a speed run of the whole fucking series again. I love that goddamn series. Anyway, back to Space Patrol Luluco.
Best show.
Questionable, but I will give that to you for now.
Fuck off.
Episode 1, the title is I'm a Normal Middle School Student. I don't know why I put a J in that, but whatever.
Because it's very important to the story.
Yeah, that is absolutely the selling point of the entire show. It's you know what I thought. I was thinking about it now. I was like, it's gonna be kind of hard to go in depth into these episodes because of just how not lengthy they are.
You see, that's what I'm here for. I will go last on every single one of these episodes.
So basically, the first episode we see our main protagonist Luluco having breakfast with her dad, just tearing up.
Yeah, a very normal breakfast.
Yeah, a very normal breakfast.
Absolutely tearing up food. And talking about she's super proud of how normal she is and how she's going to normal-ish school with normal grades. Meanwhile, living in a goddamn city full of aliens. I guess that's a special thing to be is normal in that kind of situation because I would be losing my mind if I went to high school with a bunch of aliens. That'd be so cool. I'd probably die, but
you probably just get some strange.
But yeah, and so then as they're having breakfast, not even a full minute into the episode, the dad eats something and gets frozen from his job, like full on frozen. Kevin's dying just from remembering that.
It's so funny. I thought it was just like a visual gag. Oh man, this is really cool. They just stick to it for 10 seconds. Oh no, my man is literally frozen.
No, and then and I think the best part is she didn't even realize until the whole 30 seconds later. She's like, wait a minute. So she runs over to her.
So funny.
She runs over to her dad's job, the Space Patrol, where they keep they're alien cops, trying to keep things in check. Runs into his boss, best character of the whole show, Over Justice, where he puts her under arrest and then releases her 2 times in the next 20 seconds. That's how extreme things got.
So good.
And recruits her into the Space Patrol to try and essentially blackmail to pay for the medical expenses to try and cure her dad of the freezing.
It's not blackmail, it's extortion.
In the name of justice, though.
Yes, in the name of justice.
Yeah, justice extortion.
And so then she goes back to her school and just trying to have a normal life still, but also panicking because stuff goes weird. And then all of a sudden, a freaking amber light pops out of her head, and a suit comes on her, and she turns into a gun. Just that part looked uncomfortable as all hell.
Oh god. It's the one thing I hate out of this episode.
That looked super uncomfortable, and it wasn't nearly as cool as when Megatron did it in the original Transformers.
That's because human beings aren't meant to be fucking Transformers. We can't shapeshift into anything. We have the default skeleton, and that's it.
Yeah, we need to fix that.
A fucking
humans
a
are
gun barrel
too
flew
fragile.
out of her stomach and then attached to her taint. I can't with this shit.
And she just totally blasted a hole through her fucking school wall while in the first episode.
Just exploded a window.
And that's pretty much the first episode. 7 minutes, and that's the whole episode. I'm not gonna lie, Dwayne. I knew nothing about this show when I went into it.
That's the best time to go into this. In fact, because of its length, this is now the best time to watch through all of it, and there is a reason for that.
It was definitely it definitely caught my attention. I'll say that. Over Justice is definitely my favorite character of the show. I applaud Luluco for trying to be normal through all of this bullshit. And it's very God, what's the word? I'm always lost for words, but it's very on brand for Studio Trigger's comedy.
Great comedy.
That's my take on the first episode. Dwayne, I don't know if you want to.
I was waiting to see if Kev had anything to go off.
Oh yeah, fucking ridiculously, ridiculous fucking start to a show. B plus for me. It's got a lot of good shit going for it. I love the art. I love the colors. The pacing is incredibly quick. I watched it in the dub, not the sub. So, and I was watching it with my girl, so we both got to notice an interesting factoid about the dub. Which was that the voice actress who plays in Reincarnated as a Slime also plays the main actress for this character.
Mm-hmm.
Which I didn't know.
We'll actually get to that when I do list of voice actors. But Brittany Karbowski, the voice actress, she is in a lot of Studio Trigger animes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
She's actually the main character in another one Dwayne really recommends, and we'll get to that. Yeah, go ahead, Dwayne.
Okay, so I will not be shy about how much I enjoy this show. It is goofy with a capital T. It is full of Studio Trigger goodness, and the reason behind that is this was a minor. I don't want to say it was an anniversary thing, because I don't think there was an actual anniversary they were doing, but it's like a weird little celebration. So they make a lot of callbacks to themselves in different ways. A lot of visual gags that they've used before. The art style, as you guys have mentioned, very panty and stocking when they're not going into the hyper detail for their transformations. The comedy is all throughout their shows. It's not the serious stuff. I watched this in the dub as well as the sub. I think the sub is a little stronger just because the voice actors go a little crazier than the American ones, if you could believe that.
Oh, I believe it.
They talk about it in the second episode, but I'll mention it now. The reason Luluco transforms the way that she does is because the suit manifests your vision of justice in the form of a gun. So she tries to be normal, and so her normal idea of a gun is a gun, and so it just turns her into a gun.
Oh my god.
So the reason she morphs in such a weird and bizarre way is because she's trying not to be weird.
Oh, it's so good.
It's little stuff like that I love about this show. And
oh, it's fucking genius.
I can't talk too much about it simply because the second half of the episodes, because there's only 13 episodes in the show. So if you were to literally sit down and watch it, you could finish it in less than an hour. It's like, I think, 47 minutes if you watch the entire intro to ending.
Something like that.
But the show in general does a really, really, really good job with its framing and coloring. to just show you how bizarre everything is, and they frame her the way that they do specifically because they start drastically changing her into the weird in different ways. First, it's subtle with the drastic gun change, and then it gets progressively more weird.
Lovely.
It's great. And
I love it.
they shout it out, and it's very different in English in Japan, and I love the Japanese one better because when they change, this is a consistent thing that happens throughout the entire show. When they change, it goes awake, and in English it goes judgment gun morphing. But when they do it in Japanese, it's awake justice gun morphing. And I do not think the guy saying it in English is saying it crazy enough. Kev, you watched it in English, so you missed out on this part. I'm going to do my best to recreate it. But in Japanese, he goes, "Away, justice, gun morphing!" And it's all together. It's all ran together like the man can't speak without taking a breath. So it.
Oh man,
they go so much harder because I think they were told to be just over the top when they did the Japanese one. You could tell they're trying in America in English dub, but it's not as over the top.
Jesus.
oh my fucking goodness.
That's all I have for episode one.
I just looked it up. I want to see it so bad. This shit's ridiculous.
It's great.
What do you mean? This isn't real. Is this a spoiler? No, this has to be a spoiler.
You might want to be careful. Look at
I was gonna say.
Oh no! Don't tell me. Oh shit.
So going on to episode 2. Episode 2 is called "A New Transfer Student Arrives," and that basically sums up the whole episode. Like that's the whole episode right there in the title. But it's in a very Studio Trigger kind of way. A fucking meteorite crashes into said classroom after a hole's blown into it, and out pops this little twink boy, Alpha Omega Nova. I hate his name so much.
It's great.
I hate the name.
It's Captain Boyfriend.
Yeah, just super pretty boy. Alien, I guess. Did they even say what kind of alien he is? He's just an alien. And surprisingly, he is also part of Space Patrol. And sorry, I lost my train of thought.
No, you're good.
He's just kind of there, and then he's like, "Oh, hey, can you lead me to the Space Patrol office? I need to go sign in." And then she's just immediately like love struck, and like, "Yeah, sure, I'll do whatever you want." And basically, they go on little shenanigans. I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, this episode flew by. So Dwayne, you'd probably be better describing it. I'm doing a terrible job right now.
Do you want me to describe it?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought my mind is mixing the next 2 episodes together, and I'm trying not to do that because I know they aren't. They are 2 separate episodes.
Technically, it's all one episode if you want to get real down and dirty with it. But the second episode picks up exactly where the first one ends, where the alert that goes off is about someone cheating, but it's not just that they're cheating. They're using a very specific app. What's it called? It's like the black matter app, and it lets them pull any matter out of any space whatsoever through their phone. It's highly illegal, and the suit auto attacks him, knocks him down. The teacher is like, "Oh yeah, hell, by the way, we have a new student," and rockets in on the meteorite is Alpha Omega Nova. This is our love interest for Luluco. He is also the mysterious force that comes in most Trigger shows. he is extremely mysterious and direct to the point to where when he explains he's from Space Patrol, he's like, oh yeah, let's just you were taking this guy in, right? Yeah, I don't know where the station's at, can you tell me? And being the middle schooler trying to have a normal life, she's smitten, obviously, because he's designed to be a pretty boy. And this is where the interesting part of the world shows itself, where they're walking around town and you get like a small, insignificant but interesting amount of backstory for the town as to why there's a lot of aliens in it. And it's because around the end of the 20th or the start of the 21st century, Japan was in massive debt, and so to fix its income flow, it sold Tokyo off.
I always forgot about that part.
And after they did that, a bunch of aliens started moving in because, hey, it's the new hotspot. It's a tourist trap. Well, it was. And then they just started moving in, and now it's mostly aliens. This also sets up our buddy duo where they're both in Space Patrol. So they're going to get to learn about each other while her first love blossoms. And him being the aloof, mysterious one, definitely not catching on, but saying all the right words. And the episode ends with them getting to the station and getting ready to set up the next episode, which is talking about who they need to go and track down.
Doesn't Luluco also get like arrested and let go again?
Probably. It happens more often than it should. But that's because Over Justice is a little, he's a little eccentric.
What a silly gag! Holy shit! Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no. Alpha Omega Nova is a very funny pick for the name. The funny part is obviously you say it out loud, but like on the because certain animes do like character handwritings and stuff. It's literally just the alpha and omega symbols, and it just says Nova.
Mm-hmm. Because that's his name. It's Alpha Omega Nova. How else are you gonna write it?
I hate it so much.
That's I didn't even realize that. That's really funny.
It's great.
It couldn't have been like a proper last word.
Nope.
It's like, is Omega his middle name, or is it like all?
No, it's all one. It's all his name.
I hate it.
Like how some people have 3 first names.
I hate it.
Or like the pimp formerly known as Slickback. You gotta say the whole.
God. You gotta say the whole thing. That's what we should fucking. Even though it's not technically an anime, we should do fucking Boondocks episode.
We can.
No. Oh my god.
I love the Boondocks. Anyway, yeah, like I said, episode 2, I'm not gonna lie, I was in my mind, I was mixing it in with episode 3, so I could not remember where it ended.
No worries. It's mostly a setup episode anyway, simply because the first one introduces everything to you, and then the third one is them actually in action. So the second episode just kind of moves the plot along.
Yeah. Was it? Oh,
I'm honestly surprised with the pacing of this show. I wasn't expecting the third character in the title card to also be the first major villain and then immediately join the good guys.
Yeah. Going into episode 3, Battlefield Classroom, the one girl ends up being the villain, but then like at the end joins. It's like, oh, okay, here we are. And so, that's basically the whole episode is like, oh, they're trying to chase down this girl or the crime boss who made the black hole app.
Yeah, something like that. I forget the actual name.
And
it was a shoplifting program.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you find out that it's Midori, the girl that I think was Luluco's friend, or they were just associates or something. And
they're classmates.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have time to watch it in the sub, but the English dub, I was like, this would be her fucking voice.
What's her
She's
voice actress?
It's not her voice actress. It's the way that they wrote her lines.
Oh, the not Valley Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like, God damn it.
I mean, it works, man.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Valley Girl. It's so good.
It works.
It does.
Like, why not?
It does. It works.
It's so fucking good.
But yeah, so fucking Alpha Omega gets like caught when they take out all the thugs, and so now it's up to Luluco, and he uses words of encouragement, and she turns into her awkward, goofy gun form and just annihilates the whole room again. And
God damn it.
and Midori basically loses, and they arrest her, bring her back, and because she fell in love with Alpha Omega, she basically fakes repenting, and Overdress is like, hey, you know what, we need recruits, so you're in. And Luluco is not happy with that.
Of course not, because she made her intentions very clear that she wants to fuck the boy.
Yeah. So it's gonna be, I can see that it's gonna be a very interesting and very lively love triangle for the next 30 minutes of the show of episodes. What kind of related but not related to the episode, what killed me was at the very end where it was like end of season 1.
Yeah, it does that throughout the 13 episodes. I think it hits like 3 seasons,
but
3 or 4 seasons.
Oh, eat a dick.
But the best part is like they weren't even like separate. Like it literally was the next week and episode 4 came out.
A minor spoiler: when you get to the end of it, it does. The last episode says season whatever last episode or some shit like that.
Oh my fucking god!
This fucking anime.
It's great.
I'm gonna go watch more of it. I'm gonna go kill it the minute I'm done with this fucking show.
Yes, Kev, I implore you to do so.
I'm gonna fucking. Oh man, I want to watch more of it right now. Let's get this over with.
Yeah, overall, the show was definitely unique, very interesting. Comedy was mostly on point. There were certain things that I was like, whatever about, but what the hell are you two doing? Stop fighting!
Picking on each other.
Penny's picking on Daisy because Daisy's scared of fireworks. But yes,
that's not fair.
It was an interesting ride. I will give it that.
And let me tell you, it gets better. So,
I can.
Kev, do you have any thoughts on episode 3 before we go in a little more?
Fucking. Honestly, great round off. Literally, for what we're doing here as a group, this is the perfect first three episodes I've seen in quite a while. Where like, it's a great way to get introduced to the concept, the world, and the feeling.
Mm-hmm. It's
like no fucking drops at all.
I'm glad you feel that way, because you specifically, there are parts towards the end that you will absolutely love. That is just me knowing you and the couple of shows we watched together back in the day. I love this series. I love the stuff that's thrown in it. Going back to episode 3, there was a couple visual gags that might have got missed. I don't know if you guys paid attention, but one of what's her name, Midori's, one of her henchmen was just a straight up street shark.
Yeah, oh my god, I saw that. Like, you're fucking with me.
Like, not even trying to hide it. It was just a street shark.
I was so mad. I was like, that's a goddamn street shark.
Not even a turtle. Just a fucking street shark. Like, who was that for?
Who is that for?
The best part is they're basically saying, who's going to sue us?
Exactly. Who
Oh
cares?
my god. It's so fucking good. so good.
They like to work in that little medium, and that's one of the reasons I love Trigger so much. When they're allowed to do stuff a certain way, and they have the right writers in the right room, they get some gold.
Yeah.
Not everything hits, but they get some gold.
Sweet Jesus.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that is fucking.
You know,
funny.
I'd make the comment that it's like, you know, because you know the whole 90% of Studio Trigger animes, there's always aliens involved, but like it literally from the get go, it's like, hey, these are aliens.
Yeah, I think part of that problem ended up being their success with Fooly Cooly and Gurren Lagann, because they worked with Gainax when they were still there for Fooly Cooly, and the alien parts were a lot of the parts people really, really liked, so naturally it just kind of stuck. But minor spoilers, this entire series is a giant celebration of Trigger and Gainax stuff, like I mentioned earlier. So
yeah, don't they reference other shows as well, like Kill la Kill and
even more references than you would think of, and not in the way that you would think of, not the way that we've already seen. There are some jokes that come around from the actual shows themselves. There's some visual gags from the shows themselves. There's a joke that I really, really love, and Kev, if you finish it tonight, you will love it as well. There is a joke in there about how visually similar Over Justice is to fucking Inferno Cop.
of course.
I knew it.
It's not it's not the fact that they make the joke, it is how they make the joke.
Oh boy.
That is what makes it gold.
I'll have to watch it tomorrow because I'm gonna be taking off after this, but yeah, so definitely a fucking ride. I'll say that. I'll have to, like I said, in a sense it's so short I can finish it pretty quick, but
literally you could finish on your lunch break if you felt inclined
if I get a lunch break.
That is a suable offense.
It's not.
It is.
So the intro songs, I want to also start including intro and outro songs too. The intro song is I hate the names for these songs, Wayne. Intro song is Climax Dohejitsu.
I didn't know that was the name of that song.
And it was done by a group called Fujiraku.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting song. I actually really like the song, if I'm being honest.
It is a good song, yes.
Very, very catchy. They did very good opening animation with the use of the song. Don't know if it'd be a song I add onto my playlist, but you know, good song nonetheless. Mm-hmm. The ending song, it could have been a little better, but
oh, what? No, dude, that song is
the animation was really good. The song is Peepo Password, and it's done by Teddy Lloyd featuring Bonjour Suzuki.
Mm.
If you really had me going there for a second, I was really about to hear the words Bon Jovi.
So did I, and I was about to say, what the fuck?
Could you imagine?
Can, yes.
I mean, yeah, it's Trigger, but no, it's Bonjour Suzuki.
So
cool. You know, both not bad songs, but I definitely like the intro way more than the outro.
I'm in a similar boat. I like the intro better than the outro, but I really like the outro more so because of the so tying back into Panty and Stocking, since you never actually watched it, Ryan, they play with a lot of different art styles in that one, similar to Gumball.
Yeah, okay.
And the outro for this is I think callback to Panty and Stocking, because they do a lot of the same thing where they have like the paper drawings on like a realistic background, like photo and stuff like that moving around.
Yeah.
Similar to how Panty and Stocking would have one episode in its goofy style, and then every time they blew up an angel or demon when they fought them, it was a literal like clay paper mache model that they like blew up with firecrackers or some
Good
shit.
Fucking God.
No, it's great. They played they do a little bit of that in the outro, and I really like the way that they do it. The contrast is nice.
Yeah, I really like the little paper mache on the real background. I like that. I think that's my favorite part of the ending, honestly.
I don't have too much to add other than the only other time I've seen an ending like that was KO. Let's Be
There you
Heroes.
go.
Oh, that's fair. I need to sit down and watch that. I've seen episodes, but I've never actually sat and watched it.
It's interesting.
It's super fucking fun. I love that show to death.
So going into the voice actress or voice
God, it's
actors,
hilarious.
Luluco, her Japanese voice actress is a pretty famous one. It's a Mao, M-A-O. I think she was a voice actress for another anime we watched somewhere. I don't have my notes right now, but just too many voice characters that she's done, but also most of them are kind of side characters. Like, she just does a lot of voices, but she has been several main characters as well. And then, like we mentioned earlier, Luluco's English voice actress is Brittany Karbowski, who did Rimuru from the English dub, which I definitely like her as Luluco more than I do Rimuru. I really don't like the lines I really don't.
Really?
I mean, I'm not saying that she sounds bad. I'm saying I don't like how she says the lines. Like, I don't like the lines they gave her for Rimuru.
Mm-hmm.
And you and I talked about this before, Kevin, when I had you watching Slime. They wrote her to be too, like, millennial, trying to fit in.
Yeah, they did date the series with that lingo.
Yeah.
And lexicon.
And I get it. Like,
you're
the story is that it's a 30-year-old businessman who is trying to appear cool, just like how Ainz and Overlord is trying to do the same thing, basically. But yeah, I like her lines in Luluco more. But she also voiced Going Merry in One Piece.
Oh.
And another one, and the whole psychotic energy just illuminates her, is she was Black Star from Soul Eater.
Huh. I don't know why I thought she was a newer actress, but that makes a lot of sense.
And she is Papika from Flip Flappers.
Flip Flappers got a dub?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep. She is Papika.
I'll have to show that to the missus.
I don't know which character that is. That's another one I haven't watched. But
I believe that is the second lead girl.
Okay. So yeah, she's voiced by Luluco is voiced by some talent, and and not even including Rimuru, because I think Slime came out the same year or maybe the year after. But Brittany's been around for a while. She's voiced Black Star and Going Merry, honestly, because I mean I don't remember what dub it said, but I think it was the Funimation dub.
That's the Going Merry voicing. Yeah, that came way after the 4Kids dropped it.
So, but still, that's not recent, because their new ship is
the Going Sunny. I was actually gonna ask you if it was from the show or if it was from the movie, because in the Red movie that just came out, there's a character that's called the Merry, and there's a character called the Sunny.
Oh, no, I think it was the show.
The show? Okay. Yeah, Papika's the secondary main character from Flip Flappers.
Okay. So moving on to Alpha Omega Nova. His Japanese voice actor is Junya Inoki. Only real notable roles that I saw, because I don't watch a lot of the shows. But he was Fugo from JoJo Part 5, the one that had purple haze or whatever for his, yeah. And he was also Yuji Itadori from Jujutsu Kaisen. So his range is pretty fucking good, honestly. If you can go from Itadori to Alpha Omega to Fugo.
I'm looking at some of the voice actors or the roles now. He was also in a lot of video games. Looks like it.
Mm-hmm.
What was you doing back there?
Yuri from Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Oh, okay. I never played it in a Japanese dub, so
He's the Demi-Fiend from Shin Megami 5. Oh, that's interesting.
Is that the little smiley one?
What's up?
Is that the little smiley one, or am I thinking of something else?
You're thinking of Jack Frost.
Oh, okay.
The Demi-Fiend is the main character of Shin Megami 3, but gets put as a super boss in all the subsequent ones because 3 was super popular.
Okay.
But he is specifically in 5. He was the voice of the Demi-Fiend.
Nice.
And he was Carr from Star Wars Visions, the brother of the twins.
Oh, neat.
Just to name a couple.
His English voice actor is Justin Briner, who is Deku from My Hero Academia.
Oh, yeah.
What?
I was gonna say I remembered his English voice actor. Yeah, Justin.
Yeah. Justin Briner voices Deku from My Hero Academia, 9 Alpha from Darling in the Franxx, and Papuko from Pop Team Epic.
He is also the wonderful, wonderful voice for the shitpost that is Final Fantasy VII Mission Abridged.
Oh, Lord.
So, little side trivia for that. When Mission Abridged dropped...
I forgot about that fucking series.
I bet you have. When Mission Abridged dropped, it was a side project Team 4-Star was working on. Not their main cast of people, but a good chunk of them. He got casted to play Cloud, and they wrapped up Season 1. This was, I want to say, 2018, maybe? 2017? They wrapped up the first season, and they're all congratulating each other. They're having their party. The season finale, it went up, and then Justin Briner is like, oh yeah, I'm so glad we worked so hard. Also, I just got casted to play Deku. And so it was extra celebratory for all of them.
Nice.
So
holy shit.
You know, his Alpha Omega was very boring. Like, he's just very bland. But
that's the character, though.
I won't deny. I think you know, I don't know who could have played Deku better, but I think he does a pretty good Deku. Doesn't beat the Japanese dub to me, but you know,
he's a pretty good Deku.
So I
like his English dub a lot.
I didn't write in Midori. I know she's a main character, but I didn't write in Midori's voice actresses because she only shows up, you know, in the last episode, and it's kind of short. But I did write over Justice's, and his voice actor has a lot of fucking roles. A lot of them notable to me, but his English voice actor, actually, Bob Carter, actually didn't have anything listed. I'm sure if I looked somewhere else, I might have been able to find something, but he didn't have anything else other than Over Justice. So that was kind of interesting. But
his English voice, he said, or his...
Yeah. Bob Carter. Maybe you could find something. But his Japanese voice actor, Tetsu Inada, the range on this guy, just from these roles that I'm about to list. Endeavor from My Hero Academia. Nappa from Dragon Ball Z Kai.
Mm-hmm.
Sajin Komomura from Bleach. That's the big wolf dude.
Mm-hmm.
Gamaguri from Kill la Kill.
Okay.
Alexis Kirib from SSSS Gridman. That's the main villain, Kevin. And then Doggy Kruger from Deca Ranger, the Super Sentai of SPD. Don't mock Doggy Kruger. He'll fuck you up.
It's his name. I love him, but his name is fucking stupid.
I mean, it could be Coleman Trebor from Star Wars.
That's even worse.
Coleman
I'm gonna get you a
Trebor?
picture. I knew you were gonna ask. I'm gonna get you a picture of Coleman Trebor here, Kevin.
Those are two last names. That's not.
But yeah, like so, just those roles, like Over Justice's voice actor has some range for sure.
Okay. I have info on his English voice if you guys are ready for that.
Okay.
He's been in the game for a while. His most notable ones are Sin Shenron from Dragon Ball GT,
Oh, okay.
Bojack from the movie Bojack Unbound. He's been a couple.
I was like,
I thought BoJack Horseman. I was like, wait a minute, wasn't it?
That's why I specified.
Oh, thank God you specified.
He's been in a couple. He's been a couple
What a
One Piece
hero.
side characters. He is Sig Curtis from Full Metal Alchemist, both iterations. That was their teacher, her husband.
Oh shit.
There was one that I just passed that I thought was interesting. Balrog. He's Balrog from Street Fighter 4 to 5.
Oh, really? Huh.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, just 4 to 5? Damn.
I think that's when they started voicing.
Street Fighter
him.
4, Cross Tekken, Street Fighter 5. He's not in 6. Oh, he's in Smite. He's Odin, Atlas, and Oleron in Smite. Also, he's also the Dunk Father skin for Odin.
Of course he would be.
Yeah, those are the most.
Dunk Father's skin.
Those are the most notable ones.
Okay.
He's got quite a few roles though.
Yeah, it's so weird that I couldn't find anything on him. But I mean, like I said, I mostly just did a quick check on Wikipedia.
Oh, use behind the voice actors. It's much better.
Okay,
Much
I'll
more
have to start using that.
But you didn't put down Midori's. You said I wanted to add a couple of those just because she is a reoccurring character.
Yeah.
So her English voice, notable ones. She is in Ranking of Kings as On.
Which one? Who's on?
That I'm not sure. I haven't seen Ranking of Kings yet.
Kevin, do you remember who that
And
one is?
On.
Anne?
Redhead.
Redhead?
Scar on her face. 2 scars on her face. 1 on her chin. 1 on the side of her cheek.
Oh, God, why am I now... I'm vaguely remembering that. Kevin, you watched it more recent than me, though.
Here we go. Ranking of Kings.
Well, while you look for that, she's also Anka Reinberger from Attack on Titan.
Another character I'm not too familiar with.
She is Ristarte from Cautious Hero. The hero is overpowered and overly cautious.
Is that the goddess?
Yes.
Okay.
She is Lukua Quetzalcoatl from Kobayashi Maid.
Is she?
Hey.
Hell yeah.
And she's Mount Lady from My Hero.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. All right.
Oh shit.
That's the English roles.
Damn, I cannot hear I cannot hear Mount Lady because of that Valley Girl accent. That's crazy.
And then her Japanese voice actress, Mayumi Shintani. She plays, let's see. Giovanna, Guilty Gear Strive. She's Jakazure Nonon from Kill la Kill.
Is that the pink-haired girl?
Yeah,
Okay.
the marching band girl. She is Haruko in Fully Coolly Alternative. I don't know if she reprised her role or not.
See, I never saw Alternative. I've only ever seen regular.
Fully Coolly?
Yeah.
Apparently it's not great.
I heard. I'm kind of sad to hear that.
Oh yeah, so she reprised her role. So
Okay.
she is Haruko.
Okay.
She doesn't have a whole lot of roles though. Those are the most notable. She is also Angel from King of Fighters 2002, as well as Unlimited Match. And she is Azula in the Japanese dub for Avatar.
That's a little terrifying.
Oh, there's a Gridman role.
Oh,
Rika's mom.
nice.
So that makes a lot of sense.
Okay, yeah, I can picture that. All right.
But yeah.
Yeah, I should have listed her. I just was like, she's not in the main episode, so I was just like,
No worries. But yeah, I would recommend Behind the Voice Actors. It's got a lot of information on it.
Okay.
Something that
Yeah,
Wikipedia doesn't have.
I'll start using that. I mean, I knew I should have figured something out. I just didn't know there was like a specific website. Like I was trying to use IMDb and, anime watch list or whatever that website is, my anime list.
Mm-hmm.
And like just certain things just weren't popping up. So, but yeah, so I'll start using that from now on. But all right, cool. I mean, like I said, overall it was still a hell of a show, and the voice casting pick was pretty spot on.
I would say so.
Um,
I cannot recommend this show enough, especially because of its length. It's one of those shows where it just goes joke after joke after joke. If something doesn't land with you, it's already on to the next thing, so you just keep watching till you finish.
Yeah, pretty much.
Once you finished, you will have one of two feelings. You either enjoyed the ride to some degree, or you didn't feel anything, and in which case you didn't waste any time other than an hour, which you could, I don't know, you could watch this on the car ride home or some shit.
Yeah, as long as you're not the one driving. No. Not encouraging people driving and watching anime, because I've done that. It's scary sometimes.
Hey man, traffic sucks, alright?
It does. Okay.
Especially when it's bumper to bumper.
I'd argue that's when you need to pay attention the most.
Nah.
Don't.
Any final thoughts, Kev?
I had a real good time.
He wants to end this so he can go watch it.
That's fair enough.
I want to go watch more. It's really good.
No, that's fair enough. I would highly recommend you watch more. Yes, this is a good thing to do.
I watched anime on a
Absolutely.
winding road going 70 miles an hour one time.
Why? No one asked you to admit that. You could have kept that to yourself. I'm never driving with you again.
I'm not watching anime when you're in the car. It was only me.
You got me fucked up, Quest.
He didn't like it when
Nope.
I had
Negative.
He didn't like that when I drove him to Coulterville. He was not very happy with my driving there.
Were you going 100?
Almost.
Yes. I don't understand you, fucks.
Did you shave off time?
Yes.
There you go.
No.
If you didn't shave off time, then
got
there's
there.
the problem. But he shaved off time, so it's fine.
We got there at the exact same rate. You know what the rate was? Alive.
You haven't gone to a con with me. I can shave off almost 15 minutes if I do it right.
Fuck off. I'm never driving with you guys. Holy shit, I'm so glad I have my own car. Jesus.
All right. Well, since the consensus was agreed, and because I am super stoked about it, this is my birthday month, so we're doing a little special thing where our birthday months we will basically watch a list of anime of the person's birthday.
I had a list. I'm not gonna lie. I had a list. I was gonna be fair, but I want to watch.
Just pick from the
I
list.
want to
Who
watch.
cares?
I want to watch Gundam Witch from Mercury.
All right, we'll watch Gundam Witch from Mercury.
So,
I'm really glad that we're going to be watching Gundam Witch from Mercury.
Now, okay. Before we go, there is one thing I wanted to ask you guys about that though, because there is the first episode is technically episode 0. Do we want to?
Oh, is it one of those things?
Yeah. Do we want to?
So we're gonna do 4 episodes.
Do we want?
instead?
Well, do we want to count episode 0? Or do we just want to watch the first, or do we only want to talk about the first 3?
I mean, we might as well do it.
Okay. Like I said, I just want to make sure. So, all right. And with that being said, we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Watch it.
I'm gonna, okay?